people were using them. I think AI has well and truly gone mainstream and infiltrated many people's lives. I think the big step that we'll be seeing is when the very large tech companies, so your Googles and Amazons and Metas, when they start to release these AI agents that will be built into their platform. So every time you open your Gmail, there'll be a kind of AI agent that will be helping you work, maybe reading your emails, maybe responding to things, maybe booking you a restaurant or some theatre tickets. I think that's when they're truly going to go up, because that is when AI will be so completely integrated into our work and social lives that almost every individual on the planet will have some kind of relationship with an AI system. And so I think right now we need to start thinking about, you know, what aspects of this are good for us, what is bad, you know, what are the ethics of having an AI relationship? Like, what would you do if your friend said, you know, I'm dating an AI now? Is this something that you should say, no way, Jose? Or is this something you would say, you know, yes, under these certain circumstances with these certain limits? I think that's the conversation we need to have, and that's the vocabulary and the mental framework we need to develop to properly understand how we're going to deal with this. Maybe for our kids, maybe for our grandkids, but it's something that I think is really right at our doorstep.
I know that question was not for me, but I do feel like I know lots of people who hang out with AI a lot these days. No one's really telling me that they're dating them, and I wonder, is it a shame factor, or do you think I just haven't asked the question of, you know, my circle?
Yeah, I think there's still a big taboo around it. Like, I'm old enough to remember when online dating and kind of apps were, like, really taboo, and that was, like, an incredibly shameful way to have met your partner. And obviously, you know, where we are today, it's kind of the main way people meet each other. I think that people turn to AI in quite difficult times in their lives, and so I think it is more difficult for people to talk about it and to admit basically that, you know, it's when they were breaking up with their boyfriend that they sought support from an AI entity, and it just sounds weird to your average hunter. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that I think but, you know, when I have toured this book and I've talked to more and more people, so many people come up after the talks that I do and say that they consider AI their closest friend. It's so much more intelligent, it's so much more responsive, it has a higher emotional intelligence than any of their friends. So I do think it's kind of like this underbelly of all of our lives that actually more people than we would, you know, like to admit are actually using this in these very kind of social and emotional ways.
Is the issue with this, though, that we're going to create, people are going to become less able to be criticised or challenged or debate because their AI friend is agreeing with everything they're saying?
Yeah, it's possible, and it really